Why India has never had a military dictatorship. In 1957, Indian PM Jawaharlal Nehru paid a visit to General Tamiya's office. Nehru spotted a steel cabinet. He asked what was inside. The general said that the top drawer held defense plans. The second contained files of top generals. Curious, Nehru inquired about the third. The general coolly retorted,
"The third drawer contains my secret plans for a military coup against you."
Nehru laughed off the comment, but he knew that the joke had a touch of truth to it. Military regimes had already taken root in Pakistan, Thailand, and Burma. They spread to Ghana, Indonesia, and Brazil next, but India kept its democracy intact. 1. Nehru saw the danger from the start. He became India's first prime minister in 1947. He was acutely aware of the threat from the military, so he immediately took action. 2. Nehru occupied the residence of the former commander-in-chief. This residence was the Teen Murti Bhavan in New Delhi. It was built in 1930 as part of Imperial New Delhi. The white stone building covered 30 acres. After independence, it became the PM's home and office. By taking over this building, Nehru asserted civilian authority. He emphasized elected leaders over military generals. 3. Nehru lowered the military's standing. In 1947, he abolished the British commander-in-chief position. The president obtained those powers instead. This reduced the coup risk. Later, in 1955, he downgraded the Army, Navy, and Air Force heads. Their titles changed to chiefs of staff. Military officers had reduced status compared to civil servants. 4. Nehru cut defense budgets. In 1948, officers' pay was reduced to 1939 levels. As China entered Tibet, Nehru further slashed military spending and troop levels. 50,000 personnel were demobilized in 1951. 5. Nehru excluded military leaders from state matters. K.M. Karyappa once criticized government policy. He was promptly reprimanded. Nehru told Karyappa not to interfere in unrelated affairs. 6. Nehru diversified the army's ethnic makeup. He wanted it to reflect India's democratic values. Before, the army mainly had recruits from Punjab and martial groups. Nehru broadened recruitment. He balanced the ethnic diversity of the officers. He also balanced the appointments of senior generals. 7. Nehru rotated top officers often. Nada Singh Rator retired at 51. Karyappa was discharged at 53. Dharat Tamiya retired at 55. This was due to Nehru's fixed tenure policy for top posts. Initially, Nehru capped tenure at 4 years. He soon reduced it to just 3 years. Nehru feared officers staying too long might get political ideas, so he made sure they constantly rotated out of power. 8. Nehru sent former military chiefs abroad as ambassadors. He posted them to distant lands. The one exception was S.M. Srinagesh. He was appointed governor of Assam from 1959 to 1962. Overall, Nehru carefully kept powerful military men overseas. He wanted to prevent a militaristic cult of personality. 9. Nehru built up internal paramilitary units. This allowed handling domestic unrest without military involvement.